People, especially Gen Z and Millennials, feel behind financially when they look at social media. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. Today, I read an article on CNBC.com written by Jessica Dickler titled, "Nearly half of young adults have money dysmorphia, survey finds. Here are the symptoms." According to the author, a new term, money dysmorphia, aims to describe the distorted view of one's finances that nearly 1/3, or 29% of Americans, say they now experience, according to a recent report by Credit Karma, often from comparing their financial situation to others and feeling inadequate. The author went on to reference an Edelman Financial Engine study that revealed roughly 1/4 of consumers feel less satisfied with the amount of money they have because of social media. Well, my friends, it is sad to hear about this. Some people work incredibly hard at difficult jobs, often outside in extreme heat or extreme cold. Some people have a crazy amount of stress in their life depending on what they do for a career. A worker in a warehouse who is loading and unloading trucks all day could easily get injured on the job. Someone like this is working incredibly hard but isn't earning enough to have the same lavish lifestyle as Kylie Jenner. I read that she is the 5th most followed person on Instagram. I'm sure she makes far more than your typical warehouse worker, yet she is not putting her body at risk each day to the same extent as someone working in a warehouse. I'm sure some people wonder how a 26-year-old girl gets to become the youngest self-made billionaire, at least according to Forbes in 2019. While some warehouse worker is carpooling to work to save money, she is flying around in a $70 million Global Express 7500 jet. Some people may look at her mansions, her clothes, her jewelry, and feel bad about their own financial situation. Understand, I'm not bashing her. I don't know her. Maybe she is incredibly hardworking, kind, and generous. I really don't know. I'm just describing how someone may look at his or her life and then compare it to her life and feel bad. I think a lot of people see the lavish excess of people on social media and it starts to impact them. Some may feel inadequate because they have a negative net worth and are struggling just to survive. I've never been into idolizing celebrities. I've never been into impressing people with material things. Look at me. I'm driving a Toyota Camry with 400,000 miles on it and wearing inexpensive wrinkle-free white shirts from Amazon. By the way, I've included an Amazon affiliate link to these shirts in the description below. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. I may be frugal, but I'm also an entrepreneur, so I had to throw that in there. I have a friend who was all obsessed with following Dan Bilzerian on Instagram years ago. Every time we got together, he would talk about that guy's Mercedes 6x6 truck, his mansion, and his watches. I had never even heard of that guy, and I really didn't care. I'm more impressed by people who work hard, live frugally, and serve humanity. I'll tell you a story about a very nice man that attended my church. He had a good paying job, but he volunteered at the church regularly and freely gave of his time and money. I think many people probably visited the car wash before attending church in the morning because there were rows of perfectly clean luxury vehicles in the parking lot. This guy I'm talking about, named Don, drove his old blue Ford Granada with an inline 6-cylinder engine. The blue paint was faded and the car had a lot of rust. The vinyl bench seat in the front was cracked up so badly that the yellow foam was sticking out. He just threw a pillow over the cracked up vinyl. The car ran great and it got him where he needed to go. He wasn't out there trying to impress anyone. He was not taking selfies and touching them up with glamour filters and posting them to social media. He was living his life and trying to help other people. He would often accompany the minister to homes of people who were too ill to come to church. To me, people like this warrant my admiration more than all of these people showing off their wealth on social media. Getting back to the article, the author indicates money dysmorphia is even more prevalent among younger generations, according to Credit Karma. Roughly 43% of Gen Z and 41% of millennials struggle with comparisons to others and feel behind financially. I feel bad for these young people. They should not compare themselves to others. They should do what makes them happy and be happy to have their health and be happy if they have a decent job, even if it does not afford them an opulent lifestyle. There was a guy not too far from where I live whose family wealth was in excess of $1 billion. He lived in a large gated estate. His wife passed away, and I heard he was incredibly sad. I'm sure it was very lonely behind the secure gates of his estate. Living in a big mansion by yourself has got to get lonely. Apparently, he wasn't happy at all, even though he had more money than he could possibly spend. He had his own private lake, he had his own tennis court, he had a house in Florida for the winter, but he still wasn't happy. He ended up killing himself. It was truly tragic. He had wealth and material things, but that did not fulfill him. People who look at wealthy people on social media need to understand that is often superficial. Some of those people are actually miserable. I'm not saying that is the case for everyone, but I suspect it is for some people. It is just sad that such a high percentage of millennials and Generation Z struggle with comparisons to others and feel behind financially. I have news for them. Many people in America are behind financially. Many are ill-prepared for retirement. Many are struggling with high levels of debt. Many are living paycheck to paycheck. These type of people far surpass the small percentage of people who are buying private jets and flexing in front of their Bugattis. Now, if you are someone who thinks you really need a private jet or a Bugatti, then go after it. If you are hardworking and strategic about your business endeavors, you may be able to have enough money to buy both. It's unlikely you'll accumulate enough wealth working for someone else to buy a jet and a Bugatti. You'll likely need to find success with your own business and investments. I have a friend in real estate who wanted a Mercedes, a fur coat, and a big mansion when she was younger. She taped pictures of what she wanted on the mirror in her bathroom so she could look at it each day. She used this as motivation to keep working hard. Well, she eventually got everything that she wanted. She makes millions of dollars per year now, but she doesn't drive a Mercedes anymore, and I've never seen her wearing a fur coat. However, she is completely iced out with diamonds, and I'm sure she alone contributes to some of the profit that De Beers makes each year. I don't think she is happy. She is old now, and life passed her by while she was working so hard to accumulate wealth. From my perspective, work seems to be her number one priority in life, even though she is well past retirement age and has more money than she will ever need. It's a cautionary tale for people who are heavily focused on idolizing people showing off their material things on social media. What do you think about this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Some people just want to be appreciated, have decent work hours, and get paid a livable wage. I read an article today on yahoo.com, put out by USA Today, and written by Jonathan Limehouse, titled, "Dollar General Employees at Wisconsin Store Make Statement by Walking Out. We Quit." According to the author, the staff of the Dollar General in Mineral Point, a city in Iowa County, Wisconsin, stormed out for 3 hours on Saturday and left signs explaining why on the store's doors and windows. One of the signs said the store is closed. The whole team has walked away due to a lack of appreciation, being overworked and underpaid. Another sign said, "We quit," and thanked the store's amazing customers and said, "We love you and we'll miss you." The final sign left by employees described the employees' dismay for Dollar General. Apparently, the employees walked out for 3 hours and then the store reopened. Well, my friends, it is interesting how much power employees can have collectively. In the case of this situation, the employees got the attention of the company. Dollar General actually responded with a statement that was emailed to USA Today, where they said they are committed to providing an environment where employees can grow their careers and where they feel valued and heard. I'll tell you what this reminds me of. My very first year teaching high school, the administration said everyone needed to come to an after-school meeting in the library. They offered to pay all of the teachers a small amount of money to attend outside of the workday. I vividly remember a large group of teachers discussing this at lunchtime, and they were all insulted by the small amount of money being offered by the administration. Many regarded this as substitute teacher pay and not worthy of what they deserved. They all agreed not to go to the meeting since they weren't required to do so under the union contract. They said they wouldn't go unless they were paid an amount comparable to what their normal wage was as a full-time teacher. This was my very first year teaching, and I really needed the job to fund my Ph.D. courses that I was pursuing in the evening after school. I really did not want to upset the administrators that had just hired me several months prior. I decided to attend the meeting, and it basically wasn't much of a meeting because there were only a couple people in the library. Most of the teachers in the school didn't show up, and the administrators really didn't want to move forward with the agenda items given the lack of attendance. The teachers in the school took a stand and shaped the direction of school meetings outside of the workday moving forward. It will be interesting to see what Dollar General does moving forward. Have you ever worked at a company where the employees took a stand and changed the culture for the better? If so, tell me about it in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.